Hey, cover your mouth. As we continue moving on through the school year, we're seeing less and less students wearing masks and social distancing. With restrictions becoming looser and some students entirely forgetting about COVID, some of us are left wondering, is COVID over and what can we expect from it? So you are?
James Renard.
Patrick Waddick.
David Stewart.
Mr. O'Connor.
Mrs. Bossett, the school knows.
Miss Figueres.
And we are doing our interview about COVID.
Okay.
So my first question is your fear of COVID 2020 versus now.
Fear of COVID 2020 versus now is definitely lower at this point than at that point. There were a lot of unknowns in 2020, so I think just worried about, would I be able to see my family members, my older family members, that sort of thing. My fear was definitely higher. And since I've had COVID once, I do know what to expect. And since we do have updated vaccines, the fear is definitely less for me.
2020, I was fearful that I would never go back to school. And, I'd kind of just be stuck inside. It was actually really scary. I was also scared for my grandma who was living with us. COVID was more harmful to old people, so. Now I don't actually really fear about COVID at all. I don't wear a mask or actually even think about it at all in public with all the boosters and vaccines. I feel like COVID's just kind of become a part of our society and people don't really think about it anymore.
In 2020, it was more of a fear because my grandparents were around me and I didn't want to get them sick and make them die because that would not be good. And now it's kind of like it's just me and my siblings and my mom. And if we get COVID, we're probably not going to die. So it's not really a big deal to me. But I could see why it is to others.
I think that my COVID worries in, 2 years on, 2.5, maybe 3 years on, is all about my personal safety is that I know that I'll be okay. I've had COVID before, I'm sure I'll get it again at some point, but I'm also mostly worried about the people that it affects the most, thinking about people with compromised immune systems, or people that are marginalized and at a greater risk than I am. So I think I usually worry about how am I impacting other people when it comes to COVID now.
So I think back in 2020, it was definitely a concern, but not a major concern, not something I was overly worried about. And I think now, it's not as prominent, but it's definitely still there. I know people are still getting it, but it's definitely not a lot anymore.
All right. I'm going to ask you, last time you thought of COVID?
Probably a week ago, or the beginning of this week, because everyone's getting sick now, so it makes me think what if they do have COVID? And I know people recently who have just gotten it.
When was the last time you thought of COVID?
I actually looked at numbers yesterday for the state simply because we've had so many students out. I know the flu is on the rise. There's also that other cold virus that's on the rise. But I actually did look at numbers yesterday, so it is something that is always on my mind.
Last time I thought about COVID, it's been half a year. The only time I ever think about it is when people talk about it or when people are wearing masks, but that's it.
And my final question is, do you prefer virtual classes or in-school learning?
I prefer virtual classes because they're so much easier. But I didn't really learn a lot online, so obviously I prefer in-school learning.
Well, I've only ever known in-school teaching, so I'm going to go with that one. But I think it'd be so hard. I think so much of what makes my classes great is my ability to be with students and to be goofy and fun, and that's hard to do over a screen.
I like in school because I suck at online classes because I can't be focused.
I think I preferred in-school learning because there's more social interaction and you're not really staring at a screen all day, and it allows for more in-depth teaching.
In-school teaching. Teaching chemistry is extremely difficult online. Very difficult.